What's going on, guys? It is DigiWatch TCG coming to you with a deck profile. And now I'm here today with Alec after the online regional for hosted by Carta Magica. And Alec, what did you do today?
I placed 15th with red-based Gaiomon.
Nice. All right, take it away. It's one of my favorite decks, so I'm hoping that anyone watching this is going to take some pointers.
Okay, so for eggs, we're starting off with the 4 Koromon. Its draw power, it's amazing, and we don't actually need the plus 1000 DP that the other Koromon egg gives. And we can place a 5th Greymon because Greymon does basically the same thing. There are very few edge cases where you don't get the draw with Greymon. After that, for rookies, we're going to be going with 4 times Promo Agumon, the plus 2000 DP one. It's the best rookie in the deck. It's the one you want always in raising because you're going to want a single stack. So the plus 2000 is amazing. After that, we're going really heavy on the X Anti-Body package in this build. So we're going with 4 Agumon X Anti-Body. It's important because of the search, the draw, but mostly it's because we want a second level 3, so our protection works more often than not. For searchers, we're playing 3 Agumon from BT8. It's the better searcher of the two, of the BT5 one, but because it's black, you get consistency issues with the other level 4 you're running in the deck. That's why I'm not maxing it out and I'm only playing 3. So far, it's a good ratio. For the last 2 rookies, for 13 rookies, we're playing 2 BT5 Agumon. It's a slightly worse searcher, but it's red, so that's better for consistency. And also, it can grab Omnimon, and sometimes that's the piece you need to finish off a combo.
So why not
So,
any of the other Agumons, like the EX1 Agumon? Some builds I've seen play that let you, when you make an attack, you get to search another Agumon in its name or anything like that. Is there any reason why none of the others kind of caught your eye, or were you considering others?
because we're going for single stack, we're looking for necessary pieces before the combo starts. So searching our pieces when we attack with the EX1 isn't enough. There's also the plus 1000 Agumon, but it's just not worth it. You could run 1 over a searcher probably, but the plus 2000 already does its thing well enough.
Okay.
So for level 4s, we're going to be running 4 of the BlackWarGreymon from BT8. It's because you're going to be want to not 1 turn kill, but usually 2 or 3 turn kill. Having reboot on your Gaiomon and the blocker of this is invaluable. It's going to protect your entire board. It's going to protect your security. It's just great to have. Second, we're playing 4 Greymon X Anti-Body. It's the reason why I'm playing red base. Deltamon, Promo Deltamon is amazing, but the lack of protection in that build is really what kills it a little bit. There's too many matchups where you need the protection, and Greymon X Anti-Body does that and usually nets you an extra drop. Next, we're finishing off with 2 BT5 Greymon. They could be security attack up from the starter deck, but I prefer this one because it's a great way to get the extra DP buff when you don't have it and you need to specifically run over something. They're very interchangeable, but for a more control-focused approach, I like these one better. For the level 5s, we're going with BT8 BlackWarGreymon. He needs no introduction. He's the card that makes the deck work. Because you can attack over unsuspended Digimon, he's just great at controlling everything your opponent does. With the blocker and reboot, you just take complete control of the field once he hits. We're going with 3 Metal Greymon X Anti-Body, and although the security up is a great draw, the best thing about the card is the plus 3k boost in this case. We use it basically as a replacement. You don't have a hero, you don't have a booster Agumon, you don't have booster Greymon. This is what you're going to use to get over that 15k Mother D Reaper or that Death X-Mon. And then finally, 1 copy of Altruist Mode. Altruist Mode is just a good way to round off. It's one of the Metal Greymon which 3 costs. It can be stacked on top of one another, so it's extra draw power, 5k kill, you can destroy your rookie. It's just overall good worth. For level 6s, we're going with 3 BlackWarGreymon. He's the base of the BT8 version. He's great, destroys Tamers, unsuspend, you can clear a lot of stuff. He's just needed that 3 even with Gaiomon. Gaiomon shares the same number, 3 Gaiomon. The ratios are usually fine enough that you can see both. They're both just as important, but the reboot, Blitz, D-Digivolving, he just does everything. He's just so heavy. This deck in general is heavy. To finish things off on level 7s, play 2 Omnimon, just great at finishing games off. Usually you can swing 3 checks with BlackWarGreymon, X-Antibody, and Gaiomon. And next turn, you 2-check with Gaiomon and Omnimon for game. That's the usual 2-turn kill pattern you're trying to aim for specifically.
So one. Sorry.
Oh,
go ahead. No, go ahead. I had a question.
And
why not
specifically for the grandest matchup, this boy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. That was my question. I was looking for the boy himself, Omnimon X Antibody. I got ahead of you. You're good. Keep going, man.
Yeah. So he's good. He's a brick in 90% of matchups. I won't lie. He's just, the nature of it is he can be de-digivolved by Alphamon. If he doesn't have enough protection, he's going to lose him anyway. You lose sources by protecting him. He's rough. But against specifically Grandis, he's basically an insta-win. If you can protect him, Grandis just cannot put enough attack on the board to get rid of it. That's why he's a 1-of right now. For Tamers, we're going with 2 heroes. Could be ties. They're both very good. Depends on your playstyle. I like the plus 2k. It lets me go over some extra DP Digimon. Makes my swing safer because sometimes I have to swing with Metal Greymons. So he's just good overall value. Could be Ty, could be Marcus. One of the surprises, no Nokia. We're playing 3 Cool Boys instead. He's cheaper by 1. Because we're playing Agumon X Antibody, we have less Agumon for Nokia to work with. And overall is just really great because while Nokia reduces play cost, gives us a memory this one. So that makes it we can leave with 1 memory and go up to 2 and then lead it to more combos. While Nokia does not work that way. For options, we're going with 2 Congo. It is invaluable in the security control matchup. It is the star of the show there. Yellow Hybrid hates it. Armor Rush hates it. It's just so good when your opponent's about to do a final push and you're like, I'm just going to need the Congo right here. It's pretty much, it closes games better than Omnimon sometimes. The real spicy tech is win rate 60%. Because the deck is so heavy, we need something to speed it up. And Gravity Crusher doesn't really work when it's not in a 1-turn kill scenario. Win rate 60% usually decreases the play cost of like your level 5s or your level 4s, your level 6s, to nothing. So it's great to push out something. Say you got Cool Boy, you can push out a level 5, Digivolve your Metal Greymon X Antibody on top, go to 2, win rate for 2, and then suddenly, hey, your BlackWarGreymon's free. That's why it's so good in this build. And to round things off, nothing can go wrong with Red Memory Boost. It's just a great overall card for value. It's great when it's hidden security. It's just a trooper. If you got to replace something in the build and you don't know what to add, more Red Memory Boost never hurts. And that's pretty much it for my Gaiomon build.
Right. All right, that's some pretty spicy tech. I definitely like the Cool Boys. That is something I don't normally see in the build, other if you're playing the regular WarGreymon X build. So really congratulations on that. Can you tell us a little bit about your matchups and what I guess would be the hardest one for you and I guess the best match for you?
Hardest matchup was still probably Melgarumon because being immune to destruction by combat is really rough on this deck. There are workarounds, but there aren't many workarounds. It's a completely doable matchup because you can put a 16k blocker usually and ward them off for a little bit until you can get enough swings to go over them, but it's still not easy. It's probably the worst matchup, except Grandis is also pretty bad, but I didn't face any today. And for the best matchup, interestingly enough, it's probably this format's Boogeyman and D-Reaper. D-Reaper just kind of crumbles under a 16k Gaiomon, and it's really easy to set up this situation. If your opponent isn't aware, if your opponent's trying to build a big board and finish you off with the Reaper, So long as you don't break, you'll be completely fine.
All right, well, nice. Well, congratulations. I definitely feel like this build is going to help a lot of people who love BlackWarGreymon and Gaiomon, and hopefully you inspired some people to look into the deck and try to make it.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, man.
Thank you. Any shoutouts you'd like to do before we finish?
The only other Alec in the tournament got knocked out too early. He was teammates, but alright. He did his best.
All right, man. Thank you.
Alright, GG's.
GG's.